everyone, welcome back. I'm Katie, and today I'm doing a book review on Love and Treason by Jamie Ogle. I finished this book last week in anticipation for meeting Jamie this past weekend, and she was such a delight to meet, and her book is also such a delight. So I wanted to thank JustReadTours. I actually did a tour with this book a few months ago, and I finally got a chance to sit down and read it, and I loved it. So in this book, we are following the story of Saint Valentine during, I think it's like 200 AD? Yeah, 270 AD in Rome. And this is a time when the rulers of Rome said, listen, we are banning marriages. We are not having any more marriages. You are not allowed to get married. And so Saint Valentine is the one who says, he trusts in the Lord and says, listen, like, marriages is what God created. Like, I am going to continue what God wants me to do, and I'm going to perform secret marriages during this ban of marriages. And so I love the background story. That's another reason kind of why I wanted to do this review, is that Jamie talked about during the book discussions this past weekend on how she came up with the story, and I just wanted to share a little bit about that. She said that she really hated the commercialism of Valentine's Day. Like, she hated it. She wanted to argue the point with her husband and say, I don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. And so she decided to see what was behind the actual story of Valentine's Day. And that's how she found out about Saint Valentine and what he did for the church and for people in love. And so she was like, this I can get behind. Like, this part of the actual history of Valentine's Day, like, was a really cool story. And so she really wanted to tell it. And this is her debut novel. You really cannot tell that it's her debut. It is absolutely incredibly well written. I couldn't stop. Like, I had to finish it. Like, I'm pretty sure I finished this, honestly, in like almost one sitting. It was that good and that full of history, but also great storytelling. So in this one, we're also following a girl named Iris, and she is the daughter of a Roman jailer. So that's kind of the connection that her and Valentine kind of have in this story. And so Iris is actually blind, and she meets Valentine in the marketplace, and they kind of form a friendship pretty almost immediately. They kind of have a kinship, and she is not a Christian and he is, but they form a bond right away. And so, like, he can see, potential in her where nobody else really could, since she was blind. And so he tells her right off the bat, I'm going to pray for you, and I pray that your eyesight will come back. And so the journey that her and Valentine go on is really great. And it talks about the struggles of the Christian church back then, and how, like, even through like all those terrible trials, like, God helped them through those trials. And the ending, not going to say anything, but but wow. Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed it. I am not going to spoil anything for you, because I want you all to go in not knowing too much, honestly, about this book, because I just felt like it was a very impactful story, and it had a great faith message. This is set during like the early church biblical era, but there are no biblical characters, just in case you were wondering. So it was just a fantastic story. Unless you count talking about Jesus, of course, obviously, because they're Christian, but no biblical characters other than talking about Jesus. But I just thought it was fantastic. The storytelling, the characters, and this is already in my top favorites of the year. I really, really enjoyed it, and I will definitely pick up more. If Jamie continues writing, I'm going to pick them up. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I will link this down below where you can purchase it if you want to make it easy. I usually plug Baker Bookhouse, because they do have usually pretty good deals going on. So, but definitely check out this book of Love and Treason by Jamie Ogle. I think you're going to really enjoy it. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.